Hey YouTube, thanks for watching my video on the Yamaha XT250 Dual Sport. And first, my disclaimer, I'm no moto vlogger. I don't do riding videos. I don't really edit videos. It's one take, only take. If I misspeak, let me know. I'll correct it in the description. Video production quality on XT250 all day is low. That being said, ask me any questions. I'm always happy to answer. And yeah, so when I did the 10,000 mile review on the XT250, I kind of went through some things and said, hey, it's 10,000 miles. I've been a little bit tough on this thing. I'm going to refresh it, do a few updates, yada, yada, yada. And so what I did after the 10,000 mile review was what? New tires. That's a Pirelli MT21 with a Dunlop D606 rear, a much loved combo. And then I put on a new rear sprocket and an X-ring chain instead of an O-ring chain. And then I rode. I was ready to go. I needed that stuff, but after that, everything else was like, ah. So now I have 13,000 miles. So I'm calling it the 13,000 mile refresh. And I was just going to do one big long video, but I'm doing quite a few things. So I'll just do it in a series. And in this one, I'll go through everything that I'm going to do for the refresh. So I'm excited about it. I ride some technical stuff and I'm hard on this bike and it's so durable, but I want to keep it nice and all that. So first, well, I'll just start the front and work back. So the very first thing is my lovely trashed front fender, dent and all. I'm getting a new front fender. Gonna look great. And so, the other thing with this fender is, it's held on by three bolts, and one of those got popped out when I did this wreck, actually, and broke this light. And I have a video on that light. I love this light. You can watch that if you want. So I got to extract that bolt. And as many of you may know, there's a lower front fender on the XT250 that, fits in here. And when you put on a bigger tire, my previous tire was an IRC TR8 Battle Rally 3.0, a little bit bigger than this one. And you can tell it scrapes. So someone came up with a mod to take this lower fender, trim it up, mount it up here, make it, and fits really nice. So make it more like a traditional dirt bike fender. So I'm going to do that. You cut these off, and so I'm going to do that with this. And so that'll be great. And then the next thing up front is, I got highway dirt bike handguards on this, and you can see those things are just hammered. So Yamaha blue coming in. Oh, what am I doing here? There we go. Oh yeah, so that's good. I love these. Those handguards are expensive, but man, are they awesome. Highway dirt bike handguards. Built-in mirrors, yada yada. The next refresh thing coming back would be the USB charger. I've always been tote a battery type of guy, even when camping, but having a USB charge outlet, great. There's two on-off switch voltmeter. So that'll be good, and I'll be running that wire back down through to the battery. I'll talk a little bit about that. One of the things I'm going to do, semi-regular maintenance, is crack this open. I've been having a little bit of problem with this switch again. What happens is dirt and grime gets in here when you fall down a lot. And so I'm going to crack that open, clean it all up. This time I'm using some dielectric grease, which is grease that doesn't conduct electricity. Keeps it all working good in there. That'll be great. And then as I run that wire down from the USB, and I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put it, I'm going to run it under the tank. Well, this tank actually has a dent in it, and it used to bother me. And then I started running this bag. I have a video on this bag. It's actually an ATV bag, and I love it, except it's fading. But the tank has a dent. What bugged me, put this bag on, and I didn't see the dent. It didn't bug me so much, but in the interim, I found a brand new tank from somebody had purchased and wasn't going to use it. And they're expensive, so I bought this tank, and I've never put it on. But since I'm taking the tank off to run those wires back, I will be putting on, putting on a new tank. And yeah, I got that for $100, and it's normally $386. Upside down, hardly see it. Okay, cool. So that's awesome. And then the next thing is the brown turd. I don't like this pipe. Keeping this clean. If you're on multi-day rides a lot in the dirt and riding in the dirt a lot, keeping that clean. Anyone that uses their XT250 a lot has a hard time keeping that in the dirt. Has a hard time keeping that nice. And so I sprung for the Japanese, out of the Japanese market, the chrome header pipe. No performance gain, right? Just all looks. But hey, it's a refresh. I want to look good. And so I got that. I actually started putting this on a while ago, and I found out that these brackets to put on the heat shield are not the same for the Japanese domestic model. I don't know why. So I started looking at it going, oh, I'm going to have to MacGyver my heat shield. And so I was like, that's it. So I sprung for the JDM heat shield, which is all one piece. And yeah. So that was not inexpensive, but it is a refresh. Okay, so what's next? I'm going to pop off the skid plate and paint a few coats of, I use this Flex Seal. Just deadens the sound. That skid plate will reflect noise up, and it bothered me a little bit at first. Now I love it, but I spray that and just keep it to a minimum. And what next? Well, when I do the exhaust, I'll be pulling this whole thing off and painting the underside of that, cleaning it all up, cleaning out the spark arrestor and all that. And I use like high heat paint for that. So that'll be a little refresh. And then I have the side racks that fit into this rack and a tool tube. And I go back and forth on if I'm going to do that or not. But I got them, and I probably will. And is that the last thing? Well, I'll be doing air, oil. I'm a T-Mobile synthetic guy. And then the very last thing will be, I found the original setup for the tail light has this reflector about down here, you know. And I took all this off and upgraded this light. But I found my reflector, and I thought, and I've been using these just to like have some reflective material back here. But I'll probably take this and get it on here under the tail license plate. How you like my license plate? The only one in Utah with the XT250 plate. Okay, what else? I got a list. Let me see if I missed anything. Tool tube, oil in there. That's it. So, all right. Looking forward to going through all that with you. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching my video. And as always, on XT250 all day, ride safe, everybody.